Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. Right here I have two of ZOUPW's 450 watt portable solar panels. Now these put out excellent power and they're actually priced pretty well. But if you've seen the reviews for these solar panels, there is one weakness, and that is the kickstand design. Unfortunately, as these get hot, the kickstands become fairly weak and they break. Well, ZOUPW has heard that feedback and they've redesigned the kickstands, and they've shipped out a bunch of kickstands so I could do testing on the new kickstands and show you guys how to install them. Now guys, I picked the perfect day to test this out because it is 95 degrees. These solar panels are going to be super hot, meaning the kickstands are going to be fairly weak. Now I've actually installed the new kickstands on one of these. This panel right here has the old kickstand design, and this panel right here has the new kickstand design. And you are going to notice one thing. The kickstands are actually a little bit shorter, meaning that the panel lays flatter down, so it's going to give you more performance in the middle of the summer. Now the solar panels have been sitting out for about 20 minutes now. It is really hot out here, and I touched the frame and it burned my hand. So I am using gloves here. What I want to do is just do some basic tests on the original kickstands to see how easily they break. Now I don't have a ton of space to work with here, but what I want to try doing first is just like bumping one of the kickstands to see if it breaks. So let me just kind of, all right, yeah. Okay, so just a kick into it, broke, and then let me just, okay, so that other one's holding on pretty good. So we have one broken kickstand here. Let's see if this one will break. Okay, so that one's, oh, there it goes. Okay, so there's that one. That's two broken kickstands. I mean, that's pretty easy. I mean, I could see if you're really careful, they might not break. Yeah, that one's holding on pretty good. I mean, that's some good tugs. Let's try this last one. It is so hot out here. I am just sweating. Okay, so this one, oh, okay. Yeah, that one broke. Okay, so yeah, you can see that when it's super hot out here, the kickstands break pretty easily. Now, if we look closer at one of these kickstands, you can see the plastic just kind of breaks off. It becomes very brittle. So yeah, the mount itself is the weak point. The kickstands themselves are metal. Like these aren't weak at all. It's just the mounting bracket. Here's a closer look at one of the other kickstands. You can see the plastic mount breaks. It is riveted into the actual frame, but the plastic part is the weakness. And like that, it can just break right off. So these are the new kickstands and the mounts. And I just want to see how much more durable these are. So, I mean, they definitely feel, they have way less side-to-side play. So that one, I mean, it's easily standing up. I mean, it's plastic. They will break if you kind of abuse them, but you could see how easy the previous generation snapped. These are definitely stronger. I mean, this panel's been sitting out in the heat just like the other one. So I don't know, maybe they used a different plastic or something. Okay. Well, let's see how much it takes to break one of them. I kind of don't want to break it, but let's see. Just gonna pull on it. Oh my gosh, it's like bending the frame of the solar panel instead of breaking the plastic. Okay, these are definitely stronger. Yeah, I don't want to bend the frame, but that is great. And the side-to-side strength, I mean, look at that. Okay, definitely stronger kickstands. So after testing both sets of kickstands, you can see there's quite a difference between the original and the new upgraded set of kickstands and brackets. For example, the original ones, all you had to do was just bump it sideways or pull on it too hard and it would have snapped. And with these ones, basically, we didn't see that. It was actually bending the frame of the solar panel before the plastic would even snap. I could have probably broken it, but I didn't want to bend the solar panel because I really like these solar panels. Now, if you happen to have an original 450 watt panel from ZOUPW and you've broken the kickstands, you can email their customer support and they will ship out a new set of kickstands to you that you can install on the back. And I'll walk through the installation process here in a couple minutes. Also moving forward, their new solar panels, whether it's the 180 watt or the 450 watt panel, they will come with the new kickstands and brackets. So you don't have to worry about weak kickstands shipping out on new solar panels. Now I'm curious to see how much power we can get from this solar panel with the new kickstands and the fact that it's 95 degrees today. So this solar panel is super hot. Usually you'll see a reduction in power. So let's go find out. So I've just connected the solar panel into the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus, and we are getting over 400 watts charging input. Now that's fairly impressive for the heat today. These panels are rated for 450 watts, and in cooler temperatures, we got really close to 450 watts, but in the extreme heat of today, us getting 400 watts plus is really impressive. So right here, I have one of the broken kickstands, and I want to take a minute to go through the replacement process. Now, if we zoom in, the entire kickstand bracket is held in by these two rivets, so we have to drill these out first so then we can pull the whole thing out and install the new one. Now, I'm first going to use a 5/32 drill bit to remove the head of the rivet, and then we'll drill it out with a smaller drill bit. Now, the key here is to just go really slow, and then the top of the rivet is going to just pop off once we get down low enough. So you can see right there, we got the top off. Now we just have to do that on the other side, so let's go ahead and remove the other rivet. That one snapped off pretty easy. Now in order to finish up the process, I've swapped to a smaller drill bit. This is a 1/8 inch size drill bit just to finish cleaning out each of the holes so we can pull out the bracket. So with this smaller drill bit, we're just basically cleaning it out so that we can pull out the bracket. So we're just removing just a teeny bit here. So with that out of the way, we should be able to try to pry this out. So now I'm just going to use this small screwdriver, and I'm going to be careful. I just want to get it behind the bracket here and just get a little leverage and see if we can just pop this out, because the rivets are no longer holding it in place. So now you can see that it is pretty loose, and we almost got it out here. You just want to be careful not to damage the solar panel, so you just got to be careful pulling this. It's almost there. There we go. Okay, we got one out. A little bit of that rivet was still there. I think this side's a little bit cleaner, so this one's probably going to pop out a little bit better. Just want to be really careful not to hit the back of the solar panel. It's going. There we go. It's out. And we'll just make sure these two holes are clean. Now ZOUPW does provide all the hardware for the new kickstand kit. You get the bracket here. You get a new kickstand. You get a bolt and a nut that attaches the kickstand to the bracket. And then you get these two rivets. Now this is definitely going to be easier to assemble off the solar panel. Once it's assembled, we slide it in place and we just put in these rivets. Now this is what it looks like when it's all assembled. So you have the bolt that goes through the leg and then the nut on the other side. And then if we look at the other one, it's pretty simple. You'll flip it over and then it installs like this on the solar panel. So now that we have everything ready to go, let's install it on the solar panel. So you basically just slide it in place. It's going to click in, and then you want to line up the holes. Once the holes are lined up, you just take the included rivets and you put them in the holes. Now you will need a rivet gun for this. So right here I have a $5 option I purchased from Harbor Freight. Should work just fine. And then we just put it on the rivets and rivet it in place. Now most rivet guns come with different size heads for different size rivets. Now these are 1/8 inch rivets, so you do want to use the 1/8 inch head installed on the gun. Now just to demonstrate how to do a rivet, basically you take your rivet gun, you slide it all the way down, you're going to push down pretty hard, and you just go through one pull, and then sometimes it'll do 2 or 3, second pull, and there you go. So with both these rivets completed, this kickstand's done. So 1 down, 3 to go. And it took me a little less than 10 minutes, so I'm guessing each one's going to speed up a little bit. So maybe 30 to 35 minutes for the complete job. Now one little tip here. When I was tightening these two nuts down on the kickstand, I went a little bit tight so that there's some friction to hold the solar panel leg open, because this panel is definitely easier to set up if the legs stay open. So I would recommend doing the same thing. Just kind of tighten these down so there's just a little bit of friction on this so the kickstand leg stays open. Now, as you can see, the process of swapping out each of the brackets and kickstands is fairly simple, and it's great to see that ZOUPW has upgraded the kickstands. They are much stronger. Now, if you're interested in these solar panels, I will include a link to them down in the video description. And I'll also recommend watching my previous 450 watt ZOUPW solar panel review so you can see how they perform. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.